Welcome class, this is Research Methods and I'm Dr. Hazeltine. I want to share with you some tips for using Microsoft Word to make sure you get the maximum benefit out of this program, and it'll make your life a whole lot easier. When you get into your course in Moodle, you will see something like this, welcome to whatever the course is. There'll be a forum or two or three or four. I put everything into just one forum, and you may have a link to class meetings, which for me is right here. And then you have your units. Now I've added a folder called Assignment Resources, and there's all kinds of goodies here. I put my syllabus there, other tips, videos, samples, all kinds of things, so make sure you look at that. But not only is the APA template here, but it's also in every course. So if you go up to your Resources tab here, click down, all kinds of goodies here, Google Meet, Loom, Miller Library, blah, blah, blah. And since we are now on 7th edition and you are graduate students, you're going to want to click this and see the graduate student template. Download that. Make sure you have that, okay? And when you do, you're going to see something that looks like this. Okay? This is what the template paper looks like, and you're going to be using this for almost all of your written papers that you submit. Occasionally you won't, but most of the time you will. So let's go through the elements here, show you how to use this. Okay, a double click up here in the header, and you get access to this. This is a shortened title, all caps, up to 50 characters. Okay, so you can just type over this, or you can highlight this. And you don't want to highlight to the end. Some students do that, and then they lose their page number, they lose their formatting. So don't do that, just take out the words. You'll see later why that's really important. Okay, then you double click back in the main body and 4 lines down. It's all done for you. Boldface, centered, this is where you put in your title, okay? And you just grab your title. Don't grab that paragraph return at the end. You have to sort of cursor back one and type in your own title, okay? Paragraph return has important coding. You'll see in a second. All right. Then after this is... you'll see here there's only one paragraph symbol here because this is a page break. That forces what I do next onto the top of the next page, and that's my abstract. And so the abstract will hardly ever be used, but it does get assigned in your very first course here, Research Methods. So you'll need this. It is not indented. Every other paragraph is, but not this one. And then again, you'll see only one paragraph return here, because that will push you to the top of the next page. So you don't have to keep going enter, 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 enter to get there. Your paper always begins with a full title, just like it is on the title page. It should be boldface, it should be centered, and that centering is hidden in this coding. So if you delete that coding, and I'm just checking back to make sure I'm still recording properly because I've had some problems with this. If you take that out when you highlight this, what happens is, and I'm not going to show you because I don't dare do it anymore. What happens is you lose the boldface, you lose the centering, you lose the margins, everything is gone, and it's like a normal paragraph. But if you just take out the title itself without the paragraph return here, then you will keep the boldface and the centerings and the proper margins. The margin here is on the left. Okay, that's where the margin is. If I go down to this paragraph here, you'll notice that, oh, first line indented. And if you're not careful, your title will end up being sort of centered, but pushed over a ½ inch. Okay, sharp professors will catch that. So I'm going to show you how to fix this up so that you don't lose those paragraph marks. And that's explained here in the paper. But if you go to Word Preferences, then you go to View, there are a couple of non-printing characters, the paragraph marks and the tab characters. I would check these off so that you can see them, okay? And then you'll know whether you're adding unnecessary tabs. You'll see there's only one tab here. That's all you need. Gets you over there, so this is flush left. Once you start doing things manually, you will end up, things will not be formatted the way you would like. However, I also want to do as many things automatically as possible. So I go to my line spacing options here. And there's some settings here you want to make sure you've got right. I'm going to get out of here and get into a normal paragraph there. So click in a normal paragraph, then you go to your line spacing, and this is what you should see for a typical paragraph. Okay, this is your body text. First line should be indented 1/2 inch. There should be no extra spacing before or after any line. It should be double spaced. Everything in APA is going to be double spaced. Okay, and so you click that or set that as your default, and then you say okay, and you're good to go. When you get here to a heading, you can also double check that to see what it says. Headings, again, should be double spaced. There is no indenting on the heading, no extra space before or after, okay? So that's fine. Sometimes students end up with all sorts of extra space afterwards. I highlight this and I can see, oh yeah, there's an extra line here, but there's nothing above it, just an extra line below, but nothing above. So you don't want to have more than just straightforward double spacing. Double space everything, even if this heading came down here at the bottom of the page and was the last thing, you'd leave it. Okay, just checking on my recorder, we're good still. Okay, final thing, if you want to push something like your references to the top of the next page and you don't want to keep putting in, okay, let's put in a few extra enters, take them out again, that kind of thing, what you will do is put in a page break. You can do that by insert, break, page break, or the quick and easy way is to, after you're finished your last paragraph, put in a command, return, or control, enter, and that will force the next thing you write onto the next page. It's already in your template. If you lose this particular paragraph return, you're going to lose this nice setup where the references are forced to another page. But once you set up the viewing the way I've suggested, you can always get it back. You'll know what's going on because you don't want the references starting up here, and you don't want to have to keep entering additional paragraphs, because if you edit your paper, you take out a line, you add a paragraph, you're going to have to keep fixing that. Okay, so this will ensure it's in the right place. The other thing is, when I click here, my margin is left. This is fully centered. Shouldn't be moved over 1/2 a page, but down here in the references, you've got a hanging indent. Students struggle with all of these things. We tried to make this easy by setting up the formatting for you. We really want to focus on your writing and what you have to say, and that you're defending your arguments well with appropriate citations. We don't want to have to fuss with formatting. So we've done as much as we can to make it easier for you so that both you and your professors can focus on what's really most important. So I hope you find that helpful, and I wish you all the best in your program.